So with that upbringing, with that kind of a father that's just grinding, driving, like nothing's ever enough, boom, then you come in and you're telling stories about you and Vince is also a little bit of a complicated guy, right? Vince McMahon is not the simple. There's a lot of weird, and I'm not even going the weird side. I'm just talking, he's a complicated guy on how he is. What was it behind closed doors with your relationship with Vince that made it work? Because this guy's a big personality, larger than life. I don't know what he's worth today. I think he's $7-8 billion. I don't know his net worth because he sold it for $10.6 billion or $11 billion when he sold it.
Yes.
And it's funny, Endeavor bought both of them, right? They bought UFC and they bought, you know, WWE, which what a long term. If they do it right, and I know Ari's a brilliant guy, so he'll do it right. But how was your relationship with Vince, and what things did you pick up from him, specifically with the relationship behind closed doors?
The relationship with Vince and I was a great relationship because it was based on I'm willing to work for every dollar. I'll tell you a story about Vince too as well that really helped expand the aperture of my brain in terms of business. But our relationship with Vince and I, it was about the work. I'm willing to put in the work, and I have a tremendous, boundless respect for the business of pro wrestling. That is so deeply important to him. That's his life, it's his world, it's his blood. And I grew up in the business of pro wrestling. My grandfather wrestled for Vince's dad in the 70s. My dad wrestled for Vince in the 80s. So I went into this with a tremendous amount of respect and reverence, willing to put in the work. Let's get to work. And I had shared this with Vince when I became The Rock and things started to take off for me. He said, "What's next?" I said, "I feel what's next is to take this brass ring and take it to places it's never been."